class. Clint and I were just talking about, we can't believe we're already this far through the class.
Carol, did you start your recording?
I did not, so thank you for reminding me.
Everyone needs a reminder when you're presenting at stuff.
Yes. You always get started and then you forget. So, all right, this will get going. Okay. So I'm recording now. We should be good. Okay, so welcome to Week 8 seminar. So this week, the discussion was talking about keeping the momentum going. And so I found these couple of things that had to do with momentum. And I liked this one about the clock. Don't watch the clock. Do what it does. Just keep going. And that's kind of the whole thing with momentum is if you just keep going, then you can keep the momentum going. And you want to focus on that and not on being perfect, but just keep going, keep doing, and then tweak as you go. So our assignments this week are to read Chapter 7, which is called Building Your Connected Learning Community. And then your post is going to be about that, about how you're building that and what you're doing as far as connecting with others and getting your learning community put together. And then remember to post by Sunday so that then people have time by Wednesday to reply. And your post can either be a video reflection or an enhanced discussion post, and the link is there for those options. And your assignment on your Future Ready Gear for this week, we want it to be 2 pages or less, double-spaced written assignment. That's due by Wednesday. I think everybody's been doing a good job, at least in my section, everybody's been doing a good job on that. So,
Carol, can I add something?
Yes.
Just a reminder to go, because some are jumping ahead or 2 weeks ahead to do their discussion post, to make sure they come back during the week and reply, because I'm getting some not doing the reply to the peers. So make sure that the replying is happening.
Yes, and I second that, because I think some people have replied in my section, but not 2 replies. So that you need to go back and double check that you've at least replied to 2 other people so that you have your original post and at least 2 replies. So thank you, Brandon. Okay, so in Chapter 7, when you're looking at building your connected learning community, what you're going to talk about in the discussion is what are the things that you need to consider when you're putting that together. So I got introduced to Personal Learning Network and Personal Learning Community, Connected Learning Community, probably about 10 years ago. That's when I first got on Twitter and Facebook and all of those. And it was partly my nieces and nephews' fault because they wouldn't talk to me unless it's on Facebook or it's on Twitter. And so I had to get on to see what they were doing. Otherwise, I didn't ever get to talk with them. And that kind of got me started. And I realized on Twitter how many people I could connect to across the country that were educators and doing the same thing that I was doing, and how quickly I could put out a question. And in 30 seconds, I'd have a return of answers from people. It was amazing, and things that I could use immediately, resources and stuff. So this has been a really important part of my life, in my work life and my home life, as far as having that connected learning community. So hopefully this assignment this week will get you on your way, if you haven't already, to creating all of those connections. And I know it's stuff that we worked out last week as well. Okay, I just saw a message, but I didn't see the whole thing. Is audio working okay? We're good?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. All right. Okay, and then on the Future Ready Gear that you're going to work on for your paper this week is the framework on budget and resources, and that has to do with, and again, remember, you don't have to cover all 4. If you can't think of something to put on all 4, just put those things that you know from your experience. and things that you want to think about and things that you know about. And if you don't, then ask around and see, have a conversation with your principal. But the 4 elements are the efficiency and cost savings, alignment to your district and school plans, the consistent funding stream, and learning about return on investment. And that's a big one right there. The return on investment is how do we know that we're getting a good return on our investment, taking a look at the data and all of those things. So that's what you'll be looking at in the Future Ready framework. And so those are your assignments for week 8. So it's now the question time. Does anybody have any questions for what we're doing for week 8? Or other questions as well, if you have any others. I don't hear anybody. I'm not seeing anything in the chat, but maybe Brandon and Clint, you can tell me if there's anything in the chat.
Nothing in the chat.
Nothing either.
I think good. Nobody has any questions. All right, if you do have any questions, please reach out to your instructors. Here's our information again. We make sure we put this on everything, and it's also in the course. So if you have questions, please reach out to us and let us know. And then just as a quick overview, we do a weekly reading, a weekly discussion, which has a video response typically. You have your weekly assignment, and then the weekly seminar on Thursdays. Coming up, a lot of people had questions on once we get to week 10, 11, and 12, there are some assignments that are different than what we've been doing. So in week 10, you'll be writing a memo to the superintendent, and basically that involves interviewing your peers on their integration of technology. And then you will collect and analyze that data that you get from interviewing them on how they've done that integration. And then based on that data, you will write a memo to the superintendent asking for support and encouragement for that technology integration. So that's what that particular assignment is about. And let me just pull that up actually really quick so you can see it. That's in week 10. Sorry, hopefully that's not making too much noise as I scroll through here. Memo to the superintendent. So here's the information here. So communicate what you've observed from your data. Use that data to offer some suggestions about professional development that's going to improve student learning. Write your memo professionally. There's the House Bill 277 that you can take a look at that can help you in kind of wording and addressing, helping teachers to plan and integrate technology into their lessons. So that's the assignment that's coming up on week 10. And then, let's see if I go back here. On week 11 is the lesson plan modification. And really, we would like you to choose a lesson plan that you haven't already done before in another class. We'd like you to pick a lesson or even create a new lesson if you would like to, and modify it so that it really truly integrates technology. You want to make sure it's a completely enhanced lesson with technology, and integrate that. Anyway, you can either write it up as a lesson plan with that technology integrated, or craft it as a presentation, like do a little video of how it would be explaining your lesson plan, how you've modified it to integrate the technology. And that's week 11. And then week 12 is your technology training opportunity. So if you don't have a chance to actually do the technology training and then kind of report back on it, you can just create like a HyperDoc or a video or a PowerPoint or whatever it is. But you want to do a technology training workshop or professional development opportunity that you can do for other teachers. So here it just make sure you have some SMART goals. What is your goal? What you want your students to get out of your training, the other teachers. And then maybe create a technology needs survey so that you know what are they looking for, and then any activities you've planned, the expected outcomes, how you're going to measure the learning that has happened in that technology training, and how you ensure that learning then, that those teachers turn around and use that in their own classroom for learning for students, and then measuring that outcome on student learning. So that's what that technology training is, and that is in the last week. That's the assignment for the last week. Okay, so I'll go back to the
right
questions.
now. Week 10 module opened up today.
Okay.
11 and 12 are still locked. Should we just unlock those? What do you guys think? So they can take a look at it.
I'm okay with it, yeah.
We'll do that.
Yeah, I'd be okay
Do that
with
with
that
Brent.
until people want to look ahead and start working on something. So
I'll do
I
that
just
right
wanted
now.
to
So those
explain
are
to you that's what's coming up. That's what's a little bit different. I know people had questions in the past, so we wanted to make sure that we've let everybody know what's going on there. Okay, any more questions on that? Okay, again, you can ask your instructor for your section if you have any questions on those, and it sounds like Clint's going to open those up so you can take a look at them ahead of time, but we should be good. Okay, so that kind of brings us to the end of our seminar for today. Next week is July 4th, and so we won't have a live seminar on Thursday, but there will be a pre-recorded seminar that I think Jared is going to be doing for us, and so that will be posted so that you can watch that by Thursday, right?
Yeah, we haven't talked to Jared, but on the schedule we put together, we said he'd do it on Monday, but
oh, perfect. Okay.
Yeah, I would assume it'd be there no later than Thursday. So
then Thursday. So then you can all watch it by Thursday, so it kind of still fits the pattern. But we understand it's a holiday week, so we just wanted to have that available for you. And then we'll see you the following week on Thursday at 4. All right, that should wrap us up then. Thank you for joining us today.
I just synced the blueprint, so those all the modules should be unlocked, so everyone should be able to get to everything.
Awesome.
Perfect.
Nothing else in the chat? Any other questions, comments? All right. Thanks, Carol. Good job.
All right.
Recording.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks.